It is Luke Humphries looking for his first senior PDC title against Gerwyn Price, the world champion and world number 1.
140.
Looking to pick up his first title since winning those events. Paul Nicholson joins me, Chris Murphy, to talk you through it.
100.
Sometimes the first 3 darts will tell a bit of a story. Well, Luke Humphries' first 3 darts in this final were thrown with a little bit of vigour.
96.
He doesn't look particularly perturbed by this occasion, his first Players' Championship final. Well, he's not that far removed from his first final
180.
within the PDC system at senior level. That was in this room. And it's not going to be slow. This is going to be very entertaining and massively engaging. First to a finish is Humphries.
And what a finish in that semi-final against Hughes. 122 on the bullseye, having survived a match start in that last leg. He'd missed 4 match starts in the previous leg, Luke Humphries, so it was an excellent response. Price has the chance to break his throw in the very first leg here.
20 for bull. He had this exact shot in the last leg against Dolan and he messed it up. Well, he hasn't messed this one up. It's a perfect 12-dart break to start this contest from the world champ. And that sets the stall out. And it shows Humphries what you have to do to win these titles.
Yeah, it's a very tough competitor to have to run into in his first floor final. Of course, he played in the UK Open final 10 days ago, lost to a seasoned champion in James Wade, but he couldn't have picked a worse opponent in the field for this final, could he, Luke Humphries?
No, I think that's very fair to say. Well, you've got 2 nicknames 95. Here, which are all to do with the opposite of hot. Well, they've both been very hot today on the dartboard, but they want to be ice cool when approaching this final.
Price intends to turn up the heat, and cool hand needs to keep a cool head.
96.
So used to winning in this environment, Luke Humphries picked up 11 titles on the development
94.
tour, another one on the Challenge Tour as well. But hasn't been able to translate that into Pro Tour darts. But he has said recently that one of the reasons he decided to lose a bit of weight and start looking after himself a bit more was to get more stamina for these events. It appears to be working.
You betcha. Well, he fancied it, gave it a good crack, and he's had the good miss as well, just in case Price can't convert 125. And he's not going to. A little bit of fortune for Luke Humphries as he goes for double 18.
Game shot.
And he finds a 13-darter. And I think we might have a good final on our hands here, Murph.
It's a brace of breaks to start it.
Just looking at your point as well about the stamina aspect of these events.
59.
They are draining. Just ask the people who have been at the thick end of these events and how they were feeling at the end. I've won 4 of these things
100.
and I used to get headaches at the end because of the lights, the pressure, and you'd go through 3 or 4 litres of water
60
throughout the course of the day just to try and keep your attention span right.
Well, Brendan Dolan, who picked up yesterday's title, in fact, was very close to doing it again today. Price ending a 12-match winning streak for the Northern Irishman that would have seen him double up on St Patrick's Day. He said there are so many players that haven't even won one of these titles, so many great players, so you must be very proud to have 4 under your belt, Paul.
Yeah, just a bit.
132.
Should have had more. That is for certain. I had the chance to go back-to-back against Wes Newton, my nemesis, 10 years ago this month.
140.
But Luke is all about getting that first one, and who knows what he could do when he gets his first one.
96.
Don't forget as well that he's taken that step today to get 1 closer. Treble 14 or bull.
62.
Interesting thought process. I just think the 42's better there.
We know where he's going. We know where he always goes.
57.
He usually hits.
You heard the groan. Humphreys for tops himself and
score.
misses 3. Echoes of his semi-final against Jamie Hughes, where he missed 3 in another portion of the board, admittedly. Double 5 for Price.
10.
And he doesn't nick it. Humphreys is getting a little bit of fortune here.
Bit of rub of the green for Luke Humphries.
Game shot.
And eventually, he takes advantage of it.
Threw him with a bit of whip, that one. Oh, that had some sauce on it.
180.
As did that.
It's 180, number 24. In fact, 25 to go with the
85.
the one he hit earlier in the match. Gerwyn Price.
You see Price throwing, he throws with a really stiff body. You can see that when he delivers that dart, he tries to remain still. With Humphreys, he's very much front foot forward. He almost plays the entire game just on one foot. The back foot does come off the ground a little bit, but he's so still from head to toe on the right side. That's one of the reasons why he's so good.
180.
Well, this is how good he is. 2 maximums in this leg.
180.
Humphreys hits back.
How good is this? Tops for an 11 darter in a leg that's had 3 180s. Can't afford to keep missing doubles.
Game shot.
And doesn't. Slides it right down the neck of that guide. 4 legs in. Come on, lads, we want more. Feed us more.
2 breaks, 2 holds.
100.
And Gerwyn Price has produced a very good set of performances over the 6 matches that have got him to this final.
180.
Carries on, battering that treble 20.
Well, Murph, you know that Michael van Gerwen's not here. He's decided to take a bit of a break.
95.
Is he going to get left behind a little bit? Because there are players here this week who are sailing in confidence. And if we've got the likes of Price and Dolan and some of the others starting to belt in huge averages, Van Gerwen's going to have to work hard when he comes back.
Yeah, I'm not sure the reasons for MVG deciding to take a break this week when there is a tournament on, and that's up to him. Nobody knows any player's personal
99.
reasons, but I do think that however it's come about, there is a danger that he ends up making the same mistakes as last year,
140.
where he didn't get playing early enough and it caught up with him when tournaments returned. Gerwyn Price, the main beneficiary.
Game shot.
Oh, that is just so good. Another 12 darter from Price. Humphreys not playing poorly here, averaging 98, but Price is up to 105, and he's starting to find his stride. You get the feeling that Humphreys may have to find a little burst from somewhere.
Yeah, well, he's got an average for the entire event of over 103, Gerwyn Price. It started with a 3-figure average when he beat Chris Dobie in match 1,
60.
before Andrew Gilding took him all the way to a last leg decider. Price averaging 103.5 in that one, and then 106.5 against Roby John Rodriguez,
100
before seeing off Scott Mitchell, Michael Smith, and then Brendan Dolan, where he troubled 107.
100.
What's key for me here in this battle, because it is going to be a battle for Humphreys, is that if he does get moments of frustration, he can't show that
96.
to Price, and he's got to remain resolute. Got to get to a finish here.
97.
Not quite, but the leg is not over yet for the man currently ranked 33rd in the world. He's jostling for position with Brendan Dolan at the minute.
Yeah, but the position they want is Ricky Evans' position. That all-important top 32. He's the man that they're trying to hunt down at the moment.
125.
Boy, was that an aggressive third dart. A lot of defensive players would have gone 19s. Price is looking for another. Oh, yeah, nobody wanted to say. I wouldn't want to be his bottom lip right now. I've got a real biting there. Double 11.
Game shot.
Tremendous. And that's the odd dart, the double 11 there, with the odd point. Because he's got 2 darts with shiny new serrated points. And then one of the darts has got this old smooth point on it. And he just can't get it out. And he thought, you know what? It doesn't make any difference, so why take it out?
Yeah, whatever you feel comfortable with.
180.
Although those 3 points seem to morph into one for Gerwyn Price. Such was the quality of his grouping.
Are you trying to say that Gerwyn Price's darts are like Power Rangers? It's morphin' time.
Is this going to morph into something magical?
140.
Not quite. 5 perfect darts from Gerwyn Price. I was saying during the semi-final that we haven't actually had a 9-darter today, and that
58.
will end a run of 9-darters in every single Players' Championship event so far this year.
It's not over yet. We could have one in the final.
96.
Humphreys taking a micro break there. The right thing to do. You'll have to go 18s here.
98.
Or you can just do Luke Humphrey things, because quite frankly that second dart was absurd. Double 12. And if he takes this 164, it could change this final.
73, sorry.
He's looking south. 19s. $79 scored. He goes for another bullseye. Interesting there to leave 70, but it's still double 6 for Price to regain the lead at 4-3, and that's exactly what he gets.
Breaker thrower for Gerwyn Price. He's in command of this final.
140.
He's been in command in most meetings with Luke Humphries. He's won the last 3 after Humphries had won the first ever clash between the pair of them.
They did have a draw as well in the Premier League. But a little bit of exasperation from Humphries in the last visit with only 45, but he's got to arrest that immediately. Can't afford
60.
to show massive frustration in this final, otherwise the world #1 can start running away.
Yeah, he's starting to do it, and as you said he shouldn't, he's starting to do it in front of Gerwyn Price, who's smelling blood.
$140.
What he's going to have to do here, in his own rhythm, a fast rhythm, is find opportunities, but the fact of the matter is Price is just too good right now.
64.
He is missing tops enough to give Humphreys chances, but Luke is having to leave himself
96.
something small after 9 every single time.
Double 10.
Game shot.
Opens up a gap of a couple of legs for Gerwyn Price for the first time in this final.
58.
Last season, Luke Humphreys was a little bit of, not so much a running joke, I think that's a bit too harsh, but he was getting frustrated with playing well and losing. And we were saying, myself, yourself, and Dan Dawson, it can't be a case of him playing like this and continuing to lose matches. Well, Luke, you're continuing to play like you did last year, but now you're picking up results.
Yeah, often losing in last leg decided as well. That was a key aspect of it.
140.
We just saw him manage to win a last leg decider in the semi-finals with that brilliant 1-2-2 bullseye out.
55.
Just get the feeling that Luke has lost a tiny bit of intensity.
I just wonder, Paul, to you, does it have a similar feeling? Completely different event, but it is significant for Luke Humphries to try and win his first title. Does that have a similar feeling to that final against James Wade?
Possibly.
137.
He did himself talk about the fact he didn't have much time to prepare, having reached his first final, and kind of got swept away, particularly after the performance against MVG in the semis.
65.
Sometimes you've got to ride the wave of confidence, and he's doing that right now, but this would I was going to say it would definitely transform his confidence in game, but he needed at least the 25. He can't afford to be disheartened. He has the capability of putting a streak together to worry the world champ, but you get the feeling that Price is getting too many opportunities here.
Game shot.
And rarely do you see him pass up opportunities on that particular target. Price flexing his muscles, 6-3 ahead, 2 away from picking up his first title as the world number 1. What would be his 10th Players' Championship success.
Yeah, there can't be many players who've done that. Even in this open era of darts, the likes of Taylor, Van Gerwen,
95.
Anderson, Price. Well, it's quite an achievement. Peter Wright will definitely have 10.
41.
Peter Wright, one of the players that Humphreys beat en route to this final. In fact, it's been a very difficult route for him. Raymond van Barneveld was his first round draw, let's not forget.
Yeah, this draw for Humphreys today was absolutely wrong.
Barney in round 1, Ian White in round 2. Gerwyn, I'm talking, stop hitting maximums. GG Mathers in round 3, then Peter Wright, then Dirk van Dijvenbode, one of the form players, and then that thrilling match with Jamie Hughes. Right, carry on, Gerwyn.
Tops. A cautious first dart. And Humphreys needs a catalyst, needs it now. Oh, it was so well thrown, the dart was in the way. It was in the 60 if it wasn't for the other one. But Price again first to the double and doesn't make the mistake. This is just seasoned final form that he is used to. Humphreys not playing poorly, averaging 96. But add another 9 points onto that of Luke Humphries for what Price is doing. This is world class.
Humphreys refuses to surrender.
58.
Kickstarts leg 11 with the maximum.
100.
This is how much of a nerd I am. When you said there's no surrender in Luke Humphries, I immediately started picturing the last scene of Kickboxer when they were singing
60.
Never Surrender. Well, it's going to have to be something quite majestic. And a school full of roundhouse kicks from here. 5 straight is what he requires.
96.
It's not a bad start on the route back to what would be the greatest of great escapes.
91.
2 8s to get his first double in a while.
Game shot.
That's a beautiful 13 darter from Luke Humphries. Price still has 4 separate legs to get this job done.
That surge in the middle of the match is what has made the difference for Gerwyn Price. It was tied up at 3 apiece, but Price reeled off 4 on the spin to put himself in command. Humphreys has clung on for at least another leg, but he has to at least match Gerwyn Price to give himself an opportunity here.
Luke might not know it right now, but he is learning on the fly, and he is clinging on the fly by answering that maximum of Price.
57.
Well, he had to match him. He did match him. Now he wants to outscore him by some distance.
100.
He wanted to leave 86, didn't he? He's going to get a shot at the 126, and he's going to have to be pretty centimetre perfect
47.
from here on out. 4 19s for Bull to get within 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's the Bull, and he's still alive. What a shot from Cooland Humphreys.
This is incredible. Luke Humphreys produced 122 checkout on the bullseye in a last leg decider in the semi-finals. He's just taken out 126 on the Bull to keep himself in the final. Absolutely staggering stuff.
127.
Well, he's lifted his average to over 100 as Luke. We said he needed
58
to produce magic. Well, he's going to have to continually do it. And he may have to rely on a bit of a stutter from the world champion.
83.
And based on the way that Gezi has played today, leaving 2-9-1 after 6 is a stutter.
He has played like the world number 1 today, Gerwyn Price. There's no getting away from that. I think he has perhaps struggled to adapt to life as world number 1 in the sense that all the events are behind closed doors and he's not really able to strut around in the way that I'm sure he would love to, and show off the fact that he's world champion as well. Went home early from the first batch of Super Series events and reset after yesterday, but he's certainly strutting his stuff here, and he's on the brink of picking up that 10th Players' Championship title.
He's done a fabulous job of leaving something that's been very friendly to him in the last few months. Double 10 to win his first title since the Worlds.
Game shot.
And the world number one shows that he is the world number one. The top dog in world darts, Gerwyn Price, picks up a 10th Players' Championship title. His first title since winning the World Championship. His first title since becoming world number one. Luke Humphries made a brave battle